This tutorial video will walk you through utilizing Canva Whiteboard, which is a great alternative to using the whiteboarding features of your projection screen in your room. And I really like it because it integrates with Canva's great graphics. I'll show you a couple of different uses for it and get you rolling. So the way you get started is a couple of different ways. The way I prefer to do it is right from the central area. What will you design today? Select whiteboards. And I like to just get a blank one going. And the first thing I always do when I open up any Canva file is give it a title. So what's a little different about Canva whiteboarding is that instead of having slides, it's actually kind of an infinite workspace. So you just keep zooming out or zooming in. And so you'll notice on the left-hand side here is the Canva menu, and there are hundreds of thousands of different templates that you could get going with Canva. I really like it for the idea, mapping, brainstorming, working through a problem, but there's a variety of templates in there. I'm just going to show you very, very basics of blank whiteboarding. So here's a blank whiteboard. I'm going to pop the elements, and if I think about using Canva Whiteboard to do some ELA brainstorming or any writing brainstorming, whether it be science or social studies. You'll see that I have a whole bunch of frequently used graphics, but then there's a sticky note area. If you're not seeing that sticky notes, those sticky notes, you could just search for sticky notes and you'll start seeing that they appear for you. Come on, drag. Sometimes you can just click on them and they will pop on for you. Other times you got to drag them on. And so this is maybe idea number 1. And you'll notice while you're editing your text, at the top, your text editor is appearing here for you. So you can always change your font to something different. So idea number 3. All right. But then in addition to those sticky notes, we also have our text feature. So you could add general text boxes as well. And maybe we're doing some persuasive writing. And you'll notice I can increase my text box size. All right, so I've got idea 1, idea 2, idea 3. I can also incorporate some more visual pieces like some arrows for showing idea 1 to idea 2. But I'm starting to slowly run out of room here. So as you might need more space, you can zoom out and move your items. Give them a little bit more breathing room. Okay, move this guy over here maybe a little bit. You can see that Canva Whiteboarding can actually help you with class brainstorming, individual brainstorming. You can assign whiteboards as templates in Google Classroom. But now if I switch gears a little bit, I will show you math. And if you want to maneuver around your space but not delete anything, you actually can hold Shift bar on your keyboard and you see my cursor change to more of that mitten. So, and you can move to a whole new space. And let's say I need to do some geometry. So maybe I need a square. Got a square, and I've got a triangle. Oops, come on, triangle, go. And a rectangle. That's right, rectangle. So you just grab and you expand to turn it into a rectangle. And all right, so now I'm going to do some math. What I really, really like about Canva is that there's a pen. So if you open up this draft, sorry about that, and you see that you've got your pens here. You've got a pen, you've got a marker, a highlighter, an eraser, the cursor if you need to move things around, but you've started with a pen. You're like, oh, I need to move this square. You just click the cursor to move the square. You've got color, and then you have thickness and transparency. So you can adapt the thickness of your marker. Ooh, that's really big. I'm going to undo that to get rid of the big red splotch. and as well as your transparency. So if you want it not as, what's the word I want to use? Not as translucent, or if you want it more translucent, goodness. All right, so let me go back. I'm going to reduce the weight back to something more standard. Excuse me, but I also have a picture. And I could, with my cursor, be writing my letters and numbers. But what if instead I use the finger, because we have some touch screens, for, and if I move this, we can say 4 times 2 equals 8. And so you can utilize Canva Whiteboard's pen feature to do some math or other instructional needs with that draw feature. So in this tutorial, we covered 3 things. We covered, well, a couple more than 3 things, but ideally getting started with a Canva whiteboard. We covered brainstorming with writing and mind mapping with writing, and then we covered how you could use the pen tool to teach math. Those are some great ways to get started with Canva whiteboarding. And what I'm learning about Canva is that the opportunities are endless. You just have to start somewhere. So please reach out if you'd like any assistance.